evening, and thank you for tuning in to Lewis University Television Network. Today is Thursday, February 20th, 2025. I'm Francesca Corso.
And I'm Brandon Najera.
Tonight, President Trump's plans to impose more tariffs and what they could mean for the average consumer in the U.S. In addition, updates on the terrifying incident involving a Delta Airlines flight in Canada at Toronto Pearson International Airport. At the end of tonight's broadcast, the dramatic back-to-back Daytona 500 win for William Byron and the heated battle between the USA and Canada for the Four Nations Championship. Now, the top national and international stories. We begin with breaking news out of the Middle East and the war between Israel and Hamas. On Thursday, Hamas handed over the bodies of 4 Israeli hostages held in Gaza. It's the first time the group has released deceased captives since the October 7, 2023 terror attacks. The bodies are said to include those of Shiri Bibas and her sons, who were only 4 years old and 9 months old when they were kidnapped. The 4th body is Oded Lifshitz, who was 83 years old when he and his wife were abducted. His wife was released by Hamas on October 24, 2023. In November of that year, Hamas claimed the Bibas children and their mother were killed in an Israeli airstrike, but didn't produce evidence. Israeli never confirmed their deaths. The children's father, Yarden Bibas, was released earlier this month.
President Donald Trump has plans for more tariffs. He floated the idea of imposing a 25% tariff on vehicles imported to the U.S. starting in early April. Trump's latest move on tariffs focuses in on auto imports as well as semiconductors and pharmaceuticals shipped to the United States. Trump has long criticized what he deems an unfair treatment of U.S. exports, and this announcement undergoes his push for a more balanced trade with foreign markets. While speaking at Mar-a-Lago this week, Trump said he would provide more details on April 2nd, but the auto tariff rate will be in the neighborhood of 25%. The steep new tariff could have a far-reaching effect, extending beyond the specific industries where taxes are levied. Economists and industry experts have warned that this move could hurt consumers with high prices and businesses with increased costs. Trump's comments come just days after he ordered an investigation in other nations' tax and tariff policies, paving the way for new precautionary tariffs to take effect and follow several other tariff announcements, including a recently enacted a 10% across-the-board tariff on goods coming from China and 25% tariffs on all steel and aluminum imports.
Flooding killed approximately a dozen people in Kentucky last weekend. Now, the state and region are surrounded in snow and frigid temperatures. The governor says at least 2 people appear to have died from hypothermia. Local outreach organizations are working to keep the death toll from rising. Flooding is still a concern. Kentucky reports more than 1,000 rescues since the weekend, and temporary flood walls have been set up in some cities like Louisville, North Carolina, Arkansas, and Virginia, are all declaring emergencies due to the snowstorm. By Friday, forecasters predict about 3/4 of the U.S. will experience below freezing temperatures, some places as much as 50 degrees below February averages. Some Atlantic coast cities like Virginia Beach could see up to more than 10 inches, the most seen since 1980. Parts of Kansas, Oklahoma, Missouri, and Arkansas could receive more than a foot of snow today into tomorrow. Memphis, Tennessee could record 1 to 3 inches of snow and sleet and also some ice, while Nashville could get up to 3 inches of mainly snow. Flood alerts are still in place for several majoring rivers, including the Mississippi and Cumberland.
The odds of an asteroid hitting the Earth in 7 years have increased again. Astronomers say the threat posed by the 2024 YR4 asteroid now exceeds the threat posed by the widely known 2004 Apophis asteroid. YR4 still has a 90% chance of missing Earth, but the 3.1% chance it will hit the Earth is the highest risk level ever recorded. Thankfully, YR4 is much smaller than the infamous Apophis. That asteroid was the size of a cruise ship. YR4 is about 130 to 300 feet, which would cause far less damage if it were to strike the Earth. Currently, there are about 37,000 large space rocks known to astronomers. YR4 is the only one with any chance of hitting Earth.
A historic ocean liner is about to become the world's largest artificial reef. On Wednesday, the SS United States Conservancy began its journey down the Delaware River in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, toward its new home on Florida Gulf Coast. The ship was sold to Okaloosa County, Florida, last year, and now, after some legal battles and delays, the ship's new owners say they have completed the necessary safety requirements to move the vessel. The massive ocean liner will make first stop in Mobile, Alabama, where it will be cleaned of any toxins before it heads to its final home off the coast of Destin Fort Walton Beach, Florida. The cleaning process is expected to take about a year. Coming next, further development with the war in Ukraine and what Ukraine's President Zelensky said about U.S. President Donald Trump and the continuing investigation on Delta Airlines Flight 4819 being led by the Transportation Safety Board of Canada. We'll be right back after these messages.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Meet the scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you!
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has accused Donald Trump of repeating, quote, disinformation from Russia, a day after the U.S. president falsely accused Ukraine of starting the war between the two countries. Zelensky told reporters on Wednesday that Trump, quote, lives in this disinformation space, end quote. This comes after U.S. and Russian officials held high-level talks of ending the war in Ukraine in Saudi Arabia on Tuesday. Ukraine and European powers were excluded from that meeting. Zelensky has made it clear he will refuse to accept terms negotiated without Ukrainian participation. He also addressed other unfounded claims made by Trump, including that the Ukrainian president's approval rating is at 4%. Zelensky said that the number is incorrect and came from Russia. He cited a poll taken earlier this month showing his approval rate at 57%. Trump responded to Zelensky's comments on social media, calling Zelensky a dictator.
Delta Airlines is offering $30,000 to each passenger who was on the flight from Minneapolis that crashed on the runway at Toronto Pearson International Airport while attempting to land on Monday. The Transportation Safety Board of Canada is now the leading investigation into the runway crash at Toronto Pearson International Airport. While it is too early to determine a cause, Airport President Deborah Flint noted that they saw unprecedented levels of snowfall from Thursday through Sunday. Passengers described the chaotic moments when Delta Airline Flight 4819 made its hard landing and flipped upside down. Evacuees jumped several feet from the door frames onto the snow-covered ground as sprays of fire retardant retained overheard. All 76 passengers and 4 crew aboard this jet survived, but at least 21 people were injured and 2 remain hospitalized as of Tuesday afternoon.
Legendary Mexican singer-songwriter Paquita La del Barrio has died. According to a statement on social media, she died in her home in Veracruz, Mexico. No cause of death was given. The singer's real name was Francesca Viveros Baradas. Her powerful lyrics were known for calling out men who acted badly in romantic relationships. She recorded more than 30 albums over the course of her decade-long career. In 2021, she was recognized with the Lifetime Achievement Award at the Billboard Latin Music Awards. Paquita La del Barrio was 77 years old.
It's a cross between a wolverine and a pit bull. A skull found in Egypt could reveal clues about a prehistoric predator that had cat-like teeth in the body of a dog. Researchers say they've uncovered nearly a complete skull of a powerful predator that was on top of the food chain 30 million years ago. The skull indicates the carnivore had a short snout, sharp teeth, and a strong bite. They also say the species was the king of the tropical rainforest in prehistoric times. Now, scientists are trying to dig deeper into why these powerful animals disappeared.
Pope Francis is battling bilateral pneumonia, which was discovered after a CT scan earlier this week. The Vatican says the diagnostic presents a complex picture and will require more treatment. By Wednesday, the Pope was reportedly showing some signs of improvement. The Vatican announced the Pope had a polymicrobial infection of his respiratory tract on Monday. The 88-year-old pontiff was admitted to a hospital in Rome last Friday for a respiratory tract infection. The Pope didn't lead the weekly Angelus prayer this past weekend, only the second time that has happened in his almost 12-year-old long papacy. Pope Francis has a medical history of lung-related issues. He suffered 2 falls in recent months and has been using a wheelchair. Next, the Chicago City Council and the United Center's plan for the transformative $7 billion 1901 project on the west side of Chicago, plus the naming contest for a beaver spotted on the southwest side of Chicago and how it's sparking joy in the area neighborhoods. Stay with us.
What are you looking for?
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Big changes could be coming to the area around the United Center. The Chicago City Council is set to vote on Project 1901, a massive $1.9 billion development planned at aiming transforming nearby parking lots into housing, retail, and office buildings. City officials are considering issuing $830 million in bonds to help fund the project. Supporters claim the development will create local jobs and boost the economy, but critics are concerned about the burden on taxpayers. If approved, construction can start as soon as 2025. Stay with us for the latest updates on this city project.
A 19-year-old man from Chicago has been charged in an accident killing 1 passenger after hitting a Metra electric train. The crash happened at 12:30 a.m. Wednesday morning on 87th Street near Baltimore Avenue. Moises Perez, who was driving the SUV, is facing charges after the crash. His passenger, 19-year-old Elisa Hernandez, died, and the other 2 passengers were critically injured. Perez is charged with reckless homicide, 2 counts of aggravated DUI causing death, 4 counts of aggravated DUI causing great bodily harm, and other traffic violations. Metra's investigation shown that the railroad crossing gates were working at the time, but Perez ignored them and drove into the train. Perez is being held without bond and appears in court on March 5th.
A surprisingly new celebrity is making his debut in Chicago, and it's a beaver. A viral beaver spotted along the southwest side of Chicago has captured the hearts of residents, and now Chicagoans are casting votes to give it a name. The name choices include Chonquil O'Neill, Beaver Sutherland, and DeMonte. The city's enthusiasm, I'm so sorry, guys, truly shows how something as small as an adorable animal can bring a community together. Experts say the beaver's presence is a positive sign for local water quality and wildlife restoration efforts. Stay tuned as Chicago chooses a name for its local star.
Tragedy strikes Naperville after a house fire claims 1 life and injures another. Officials say 77-year-old Christina Amadi was killed when a fire broke out in his home on the 3500 block of Red Wing Court. His wife was rescued and rushed to the hospital, where she remains in critical condition. Firefighters responded quickly and were able to contain the flames, but the damage was extensive. Investigators are now working to determine what caused the fire. Coming up next, the stars of the movie Wicked gets another chance to shine in the spotlight as the host of the Tony Awards. Plus, the string of break-ins into celebrity homes, first Joe Burrow, now the home of actor Nicole Kidman and musician Keith Urban. Here, and we'll be back after these short messages.
don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
You're the definition of if you want to make something happen, you got to put in that work and make it happen. How about you? So I come to you with love and in love to say we have to start loving ourselves. It's the baggy clothes or it's the hip hop clothes.
What are you looking for?
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Meet the Scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
What are you looking for?
I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Cynthia Erivo will host this year's Tony Awards. The Wicked star has a Tony for her own in 2016 for her role as Celie in The Color Purple, and she's nominated for an Academy Award for her performance in Wicked. Erivo is an Oscar win away from achieving the coveted EGOT status for those who hold an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony Award. Nominations for the Tony Awards will be announced on May 1st. The ceremony will be held at Radio City Music Hall in New York City and will be broadcast and streamed on June 8th. Actress Blake Lively has filed an amended complaint to her sexual harassment claim against Justin Baldoni. It goes into more detail involving other women of the set of the film It Ends With Us. Lively says one of the other women on the set reported unwelcome behavior by Baldoni shortly after she did. Those complaints were allegedly lodged with the film's producers and a representative for Sony. Lively claims Sony shared the information with Baldoni. The actress says he responded to other women in writing, saying he would make adjustments. Lively alleges that he then hired a crisis management team and started running a smear campaign against Lively. She also added a defamation claim to her lawsuit against Baldoni's attorney. Neither Baldoni nor his attorney have commented on the amendment. Nicole and musician Keith Urban's Los Angeles home was reportedly burglarized last week. Police say suspects smashed a glass door and ransacked the home before taking off. It's unclear if anything was stolen. Kidman and Urban weren't home at the time. Sources say that the couple wasn't targeted, and there has been a string of recent burglaries at celebrities' homes, including several athletes. Rapper A$AP Rocky was found not guilty on Tuesday of 2 felony counts of assault with a semi-automatic firearm. The case stemmed from a 2021 incident between the hip-hop artist and a former friend. A$AP Rocky, whose legal name is Rakeem Mayers, had argued that a weapon was a prop gun and only fired blanks. He claimed his former friend, well-known A$AP Rocky, was using the lawsuit to get money. Mayers, a longtime partner and singer, singer and businesswoman, Rihanna, didn't testify in trial, but expressed his appreciation to the jury after the verdict was read. Rihanna was a common fixture at the courthouse. Throughout the trial, the couple shared 2 young sons. Attorney for Sean Diddy Combs are asking a federal court to dismiss one of 3 charges against him. That charge is the transportation to engage in prostitution. It's being prosecuted under the Mann Act, previously known as the White Slave Trade Act. Combs' attorney says that the charge is racist. They say that the law has only ever been used to target black men. They point out that it has never been used against the hiring of male escorts from another state. Prosecutors called the claim of racism baseless. Combs is pleading not guilty to 2 other federal charges: racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking. He is currently being held at the Federal Detention Facility in New York. Coming up, your weather forecast and the dramatic back-to-back of NASCAR driver William Byron at the Daytona 500 this past weekend. In addition, the heat of 4 nations face-off continues as Canada and the USA will take in the Ice Championship. Watch for the rematch of the century.
Meet the Scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Welcome back to your weather forecast this week, Lewis. We're going to first get into the temperature changes this week. Up north in Waukegan, it is 13-degree change, and in Rockford, it was an 11-degree change. In Chicago, in the city, there was a 10-degree change, and out in Cicero, it was 9 degrees. Out west, if we go towards Aurora and Elgin, there was a 9-degree change in Elgin and a 10-degree change in Aurora. Down south by us in Joliet, it was a 9-degree change. That is where we are at towards Lewis. And in eastern Illinois in Lansing, it was a 6-degree change. Out in Indiana to the east in LaPorte, it was a 5-degree change. And South Bend, it was also a 5-degree change. Today's high in Waukegan, up north again, it was 25 degrees. And in Rockford, it was a 19-degree high. In the city, it was a 24-degree high. And out in Cicero, it was a 25-degree high. So all very similar there. Out west in Aurora, it is a little bit more chilly. It's a 19 high today and a 21 in Elgin. Down here by Lewis, by us in Joliet, it is a high of 24 degrees. And all the way south by Kankakee, it is a high of 22 degrees. All the way east in Indiana, it is Valparaiso, which is at 24. LaPorte, which is at 23. And South Bend, which is also at a high of 23 degrees. Tonight's low temperatures. If we go up north in Rockford, all the way up here, it is 0 degrees. Waukegan, if we go a little bit more east, it actually does increase, so it's 7 degrees. Island Lake's at 4 degrees. The city's looking at 8 degrees tonight, and Cicero's at 9 degrees, so very similar there. If we go out west again towards Aurora, it does start to chill down. It's 1 degree, 2 degrees out by Ottawa, 6 degrees by Joliet and Kankakee, and Coal City 5 degrees. So this whole area is again very similar. Lewis area is in between the Cicero and Joliet area. Lansing is 7 degrees, and Indiana is 8 degrees in Valparaiso, 10 in LaPorte, and 17 in South Bend. And that is it for our weather segment today. Now we're going to pass it to Frankie.
William Byron secured his second straight Daytona 500 victory Sunday night, navigating a last lap wreck to take the checkered flag at Daytona International Speedway. After a weather delay, Byron capitalized on late race chaos when Cole Custer's contact with Denny Hamlin triggered a crash at the front of the pack. Byron crossed the finish line 0.113 seconds ahead of Tyler Reddick in overtime. Becoming the first driver since 2019 to 2020 to win consecutive Daytona 500s, the race saw 56 lead changes among 15 drivers, with multiple crashes forcing the event into overtime. Austin Cedric led a race high of 59 laps, but was caught in a late incident. Hamlin had just taken the lead when Custer's move led to the wreck. Jimmy Johnson finished third, his best result since 2020, followed by Chase Briscoe and John Hunter Nemechek. The top 10 also include Alex Bauman, Ryan Blaney, Cedric, Justin Allgaier, and Chris Buescher. A dramatic wreck on lap 196 sent Ryan Preece airborne, landing on his roof before coming to the best upright. The NASCAR Cup Series continues next Sunday at Atlanta Motor Speedway as Byron looks to build on his momentum. The Four Nations face-off is down to the final two teams, Canada and the United States. Canada secured its spot in the final with a 5-3 win over Finland on Monday. This game will be a rematch of the emotional 3-1 victory the U.S. had over Canada on Saturday in Montreal. U.S. Center Jack Eichel described the upcoming game as a Game 7, saying it will be a battle for everything with intense, desperate hockey. Eichel, who won the Stanley Cup in 2023 with the Vegas Golden Knights, added that representing your country in this game is huge. Although the U.S. lost to Sweden 2-1 on Monday, they had already made it to the championship game and rested several key players, including goalie Connor Hellebuyck, defensive men Charlie McAvoy, and forwards Austin Matthews and Matthew Chuck. Forward Brady Chuck left with an injury, but it's expected he will be ready for the final. Canada coach John Cooper said the two teams are very evenly matched and that fans in Boston will be in for a special game when they face off in the championship game Thursday at TD Garden in Boston at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Lewis University first baseman Anna Frafjord has been named the Great Lakes Valley Conference Softball Player of the Week, following her outstanding performance against Roosevelt this past Sunday. This marks the first time in her career she has earned this prestigious honor. Frafjord has dominated at the plate, posting an incredible .833 batting average with an on-base percentage of .857 and a slugging percentage of 1.500. She drove in 7 runs, including a home run and a double, while walking once and recording 5 hits and 6 at-bats. Her performance helped lead the Flyers back-to-back 7-0 victories over Roosevelt. She becomes the first player to receive this honor since Sierra Taylor in March 2020. The Great Lakes Valley Conference announced Wednesday, February 19th, that Denise Hernandez and Levi Graham were awarded the GLVC Indoor Field Athletes of the Week for their weekly performances. Hernandez won the long jump with a school record-breaking leap of 6.17 meters, along with placing second in the triple jump with a toss of 11.53 meters. Graham finished second in the weight throw with a throw of an impressive 21.57 meters. Hernandez ranks first in the GLVC, second in D2 standings for long jump, and second in the GLVC for the triple jump. She earned her 3rd Career Indoor Athlete of the Week award. Graham ranks the first in GLVC and second in D2 standings for the weight and throw, earned his 6th Career Indoor Athlete of the Week award. You can catch Flyers track and field at the Lee Slick Invite in Naperville, Illinois on Friday, February 21st. Dominic Torello named GLVC Men's Lacrosse Defensive Player of the Week. The Great Lakes Valley Conference announced on Monday, February 17th, that Dominic Torello, a senior from Libertyville, Illinois, was named GLVC Men's Lacrosse Player of the Week. This is the 2nd time that Torello has received this honor in his career. Torello's performance helped his team secure a 14-7 win against Walsh on Saturday, February 15th. He won 12 of 15 faceoffs, collected 6 ground balls, and added 1 assist, a shot on a goal. This is Torello's second career defensive play of the week. The last Lewis University player to earn the honor was Rai Rath on April 15, 2024. We will be right back after these messages.
I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org.
Meet the Scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
That's it for today's news. Thank you for watching, and as a reminder, you can always keep up with Lewis University Television Network on Facebook, Instagram, and by visiting our YouTube channel. I'm Francesca Corso.
And I'm Brendan Najera. Have a great night.